Yeah. If they don't like it, they can stay mad as hell. We don't apologize. Make them mad, make them lose their mind. Say it too real, watch them fall behind. Let them talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make them mad, make them mad, make them see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up and make them. I built this lane out of broken glass. Why they fake laugh? I just outlast. Back row grip with a digital bite. Turn every comment into a fight. They want me quiet, they want me tame, but I'm too damn loud for their little game. I don't fit boxes, I break the frame, and I carve my truth right into the name. Let them screenshot, let them complain. I turn their hate into propane. One spark hits and the whole thing blows. That's just how this damn channel goes. Make them mad, make them lose their mind. Say it too real, watch them fall behind. Let them talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make them mad, make them mad, make them mad, make them see red. Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up and make them mad. Talk real tough from a glassy stream, but fold like cheap chairs when it gets mean. I don't chase trends, I chase impact, and I leave a mark that don't fade back. This ain't for clout, this ain't for fame, it's for the ones who remember the name. Aggressive defiance carved in steel. Say what I want, don't ask how they feel. They got a problem, they can line up next. I don't do threats, I just redirect. Turn their noise into content fuel and watch them lose their cool, looking like fools. Yeah, they wanted silence, they got volume instead. They wanted calm, we brought chaos. Make them mad, make them lose their mind. Say it too real, watch them fall behind. Let them talk shit while we rise instead. Fuck their opinions, make them mad, make them mad.
Make them mad, make them lose their mind.
Every damn word goes straight through their head. No fake smiles, no peace to add. We just show up loud and make them mad.
Make them mad. Make them mad. Make them mad. Make them mad. Make them see red. What's up, peeps? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Good to see you, gangsters. You freaking legends. What's up with y'all? What's up, everybody? Yeah. What's up, Hank? How you doing, Hank Bridges? What's up, 410? Good to see you. Scene Rollins. What's up, Scene? Howard, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Got you, Howard. We got you, buddy. Shout out to Marianne. What's up, Allie? Salute. What's up, Stace? What's up? What's up? Brandy. Hello there, Brandy. Hello, Amy. How you doing, Twist? Cuddle Monster, what's up? Arista, good to see you. Kimberly Ray, how are you, Kimberly Ray? Earth Angel, what do you want, kitty? You're awfully early for this shit. What do you want? Come here. Oh, come here, dizzy, come here. Oh, come here. Stay down. This is my buddy. He's my baby. He's my baby. He loves you guys. You got the song stuck in your head? That's what it's for, baby. That's what it's for. Get it stuck in your head. Get it stuck in your head. I was at work singing it yesterday. I sing, wake 'em mad. Make 'em see red. Make 'em mad. Make 'em see red. What's up, Rebecca? Shout out to you, girl. What's up, woman? AD and Carmen, legendary chat. Thank you for joining us this evening. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, or better yet, become a member. It's our pleasure to serve you this evening. Yes. What's up, Jackal? Hello, y'all. Chrissy with a K. What's up, Chrissy? How you doing? Steven, what's up? Mindy, I see you, Mindy. What's up, Nazarene? How y'all doing tonight, man? We got some things to go over. We're going to go over the inside of the Elizabeth Siders family house. I'm going to grab me a drink. I'm going to grab my joint. We're going to fire it up. Sorry, y'all. Make a man. Make a man. Make him see red. Make a man. Make him see red. What's up, kitty kitty? How is everybody doing this evening, man? I hope you guys have had a great day, a great, wonderful day. Hang in there, y'all. Oh, man. Whew. It was a long day, to say the least. A long, long day, man. Good to see you guys. Let's go ahead and there's a couple different things we're gonna go over today. We got the video of the inside of the home. So that way all y'all can see what the inside of this house looked like. What's up, Ecker? Salute. Them goody powders, huh? Well, let's go to X because that's where I've got it. There's like some sound in the background of it. Sorry, y'all. Let's go over here. I want to cover some statements that were made on a video about the Siders family as well. Let's go. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about this one comment that I wanted to touch. I wanted to touch on here. Let me find it. This one comment really threw me for a loop, man. And I thought to myself, no, 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 no. We're not going to go there, and we're not going to allow it. Nope. Let's see. It was made by a man, and I believe it was on this one right here. Right here. Some guy by the name of Terry Brown had a comment and said, dude, there's tons of people who would allow their kid to marry that young. Terry Brown. I hate to tell you, there's not tons of people that would let their children marry that young. There are just not tons of people, my friend. And we will not get behind that. And we will not say, yeah, there are tons of people, because they're not. There's not tons of people. Actually, let's just go ahead and look it up. How many people? What is the percentage for the, goddamn, what is the percentage for a age of 15-year-old girl to become married? Come on, damn it. What is the percentage for a 15-year-old girl that gets married? Oh, really? It happens all the time. No, it doesn't. Globally, 4% of girls are married at 15 or before. 4%. 4%. Among all documented minor marriages between 2000 and 2015, only 4% were 15 years old. Wow. So let's not go into like modernizing this. I would definitely not ever go along with a 15-year-old getting married. I wouldn't go along with a 16-year-old getting married. I wouldn't go along with a 17-year-old getting married because at 18 you are an adult and you can do those things as you wish when you're an adult. That's just that simple, man. Would you believe, Cherokee, that 96% of those girls don't get married? Yeah. So let's go over here. Let's take a look. I got to go over here to my page I go to Twitter. How the hell? Oh, my profile. If you guys want to follow me on X, be sure to do so. Here's the page. We are Aggressive Defiance TV or at Aggressive TV on Twitter. As you can see, here's the house. As you can see from the very get-go, just filthy. I think the Whitaker's house was cleaner than this house. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I think the Whitakers were living better than this family was. I mean, they had a lot more people here. But this is where the 16-year-old children resided. I'm going to let this run through fully, and then we'll go over it. Fucking Jesus. It's like your apartment when you was 19. Tell me you're not serious. There was no beds. There's a bed. There's another picture. We'll go over that. There's other photos going around and other videos going around of the room that the 16 were in. And all that's there are mattresses on the floor. I don't know. It has to be, look, to live this way, look at the place. There wasn't even a TV in the joint. There wasn't even a TV. What were they doing all day? Like, That just goes to show you there has to be some kind of mental health issue going on here. There has to be some kind of grooming issue going on here because they didn't even have anything for entertainment. Like they didn't even have entertainment, guys. And the only reason why you wouldn't have any entertainment would be mental health illness. You're indoctrinated into believing that you shouldn't be watching it, or drugs. But even a dope fiend has a TV, right? Even a dope fiend would have the cheapest of the TVs. Because the fucking dope man ain't taking a junky little TV. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I don't need no little junky TVs, bro. But like, as you look at this, it's like, whoa, whoa. What caused this, man? What made them think that they could live this way? Cult mindset. Good point. Good point. Let's take a look at this ourselves, y'all. This what seems to be a living room. I mean, a living room. That's the main floor. Like, this is the living room. Like, in the dining room, there's no that's the first thing I noticed. Nothing of any entertainment value whatsoever. Nothing enjoyable to do. There are no games out. There are no TVs. You've been in houses like this. This looks like what looks like to me an abandoned home. That's what this looks like. I mean, I've seen houses like this in my neighborhood that get abandoned, but people aren't living in them with 16 children. Yeah, we know what her and Junior were doing, but where? Where? They don't even have. Like, where are you screwing at? Hoarding is a good point. Hoarding is a big point. Good point. Yeah, I can see a bando. Yeah, I mean, like, this is unreal, dude. The walls are coming off of the fucking place. You can tell they got plaster walls because they got slat walls. Them old slat walls are fucking useless anymore. You see them old slat walls that plaster goes up over? But this looks like somebody's a drug thing. Oh, yeah, those kids have seen some things. What is it? This is supposed to be what? That's got a couch in it? Now, I could see some things being tore up by people going in there, right? I'm sure some people have been in there. There's somebody walking around now in there. But they didn't cause all this. No way. No. This place is demolished, dude. Like, what in the fuck makes you think that you can live like this? Like, there wouldn't even be a bowl on my floor. What are we talking about? There wouldn't even be a mixing bowl on my. There ain't even a mixing. You know what's on my floor? A rug. Yep. And some shoes. That's all that's on my floor. Nothing else. Apparently, the guy died that was owning the house. I heard they weren't squatting, but I did hear that the owner of the house did pass away like a few months back. But I don't think they were squatting. I don't want to say anything that's not true, so just take whatever I say as allegedly until more comes out. We'll get to the truth. Don't worry. Look, dude, the fucking window's gone. Like, it doesn't even have a window in it. The window's gone. What's up, Nana? Like, I just, hello, Topaz. Like, this is bad. There's some tobacco. They was smoking, wasn't they? Smoking cigarettes and shit. That's a bag of tobacco, it looks like. Looks like a bag of fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I got a buddy that rolls cigarettes and it looks like tobacco he uses. Like, look at the kitchen, bro. This is supposed to be the kitchen. This is supposed to be the place where you cook a good, clean meal, right? Is this where you cook a good, clean meal? Like, I don't think you're going to get a good, clean meal. I don't think the meal's going to be that clean. I think some roaches are going to crawl over your food. I think some roaches are going to. I can't even live with roaches, so I wouldn't even want to imagine how many roaches were in that place. I couldn't imagine how many roaches are in that place. That's like a haven for roaches. That's like a nesting for roaches, y'all. Oh, I flipped out. Is that bleach? I don't know. It looks like they need to use some more bleach, right? I'm not making fun whatsoever because I know these people hopefully weren't in their right minds. Because if they're in their right minds, they were 100% neglecting these children. That's why I'm not calling the woman a victim yet. Because if she knows what she was doing and just kept having babies and letting them live like this, I don't have any love for that, bro. I don't. The amount of rats, mice, freaking roaches. Roaches are nasty. The babies are that are in, yeah. Imagine the babies. Like, uh-uh. That might be why we're here where we are, Sassy Smurf. How would she know what she's doing with a 15-year-old mindset? That's probably why we're here where we are. This is what happens when you allow your children to marry at 15. This is what could happen right here. Do not let your children be married at 15. There's nothing you can tell me that makes it okay for a 15-year-old to become married. Nothing. I don't care if she becomes pregnant. That's not a good enough reason to give your life away to someone else at 15 years old. I thought about it the other night. There's no way and no good reason for it. There's no good reason for it. Give me one. Give me one simply good reason for a child to be married at 15 years old. There's not one. There's just not. They need life experience. They need to go through things. Like, that's why the adult age is 18. All this going to West Virginia to be married at 15, that's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, 50. Yeah, could you imagine getting my 15-year-old son to clean when he was 15? Yeah, okay. Sure. Like, they got canned goods in the cabinet, right? I mean, there's some up there. They look like they're fucking 60 years old, but I mean, all this stuff looks like they're living 10 years ago, at least. Angel Crispin, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Salute AD and chat. Salute to you, AC. Appreciate you making them mad, bro. Make them mad.
Right now, 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 right now.
I know I got some parents in this chat, too. I know I got some parents in this chat. I know I got some parents that are going to watch this replay. You tell me in the comment section. You tell me in the chat one good reason for a 15-year-old to get married. One way that's a good thing. You can't tell me, oh, she's pregnant. I could start to understand because she's pregnant, okay, right? I could start to understand it, but no, she can wait 3 years because a lot can change in 3 years. A whole lot can change. Life could be way different 3 years later. Yeah, I'd tell my 18-year-old to wait. Absolutely. Now, I can't stop them, at 18, but I would sure give you a whole lot of reasons to wait. Wait till you're 21. Right, when you get to 21, wait till you're 25. Oh, come on, son. Wait till you're 50. Never get married. Never. You know what the number one reason for divorce is? Marriage. You don't need a binding contract. Well, there's a lot of other things we could ask about a 15-year-old getting married. Yeah, I mean, we could discuss some shit for sure. I just don't care to because it gets into the predator section of it, and you know how I feel, y'all. Fuck a predator. Look at the paint on the door, dude. Like, how do you allow you got kids, you got 16 of them motherfuckers. Like, that's how your door gets like that. But don't you say, okay, it's time to paint the door. Like, a gallon of paint is what, $7 for a cheap white paint? $7? Yeah, you got the Todd. What was that on the floor? Feces? Look at the bathroom, bro. This is where you go to get clean. Unheard of, dude. But here's my question, Arista. Is he even age enough to be grooming somebody? He was what, 18? I mean, he was only 18 when he married her. That's only 3 years difference, right? So I mean, was he even the one that groomed her, or was it Pops? Because you got to believe that she still looked at his pops and mom as mom and pops, right? At some point, she thought they were mom and dad because they said her real mom didn't even love her. Thank you, man. Appreciate you gifting, man. Salute to AC running up in this mug, making them mad. Salute to that.
Right now, 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 right now.
Thank you, AC. Thank you, brother. Yeah, house just needs tore down, man. It needs tore down. Absolutely. Look at the fucking toilet, man. Did you see inside the toilet? Look at the... It's black. It's got water in it. It seems to have water in it, so it looks like they had water. Yeah, I mean, but can you blame a child that was never taught? You got to think about that one, Smurf. They're saying a lot of these kids can't even spell their names and shit. Yeah, if mom and dad's not cleaning, then the kids sure in the hell aren't ever going to. It almost probably lends to how they were raised as well. Um, she was probably raised like this as well because she was given away at 15. He has always probably lived like this, and that probably lends to how they live as people, you know? I heard through the grapevine that Gary Jr. was supposed to become the man of the family and take over because dad and mom ain't doing too good anymore. And apparently, he doesn't have the education, he doesn't have the know how, he doesn't know shit. So he can't take over and become the man of the house. And look, you can clearly see nobody was taking over. Yeah, she was given away. That's sad. I blame her parents. Um, if you ask me, if anything, these grandparents that were arrested were probably doing the most for this family. Think about it. The grandparents that were arrested were probably the ones that was doing the most for all of those kids. Think about it if they didn't have grandma and grandpa's money or grandma and grandpa around. It would just be her and him and 16 fucking kids. Like, we're going to have to start breaking this case down a little bit, it seems like. Do you think the grandparents were the most evil, or do you think they did the most for them? Because who was actually paying the bills? Who was actually fucking paying the house payment, you know? You got to wonder. I mean, it's a jagged edged sword, man. It really is. And the thing is, in the law, they have to know they were doing something wrong. You see what I'm saying? These people have to know they were breaking the law. They have to know that they were depriving these children of things, you know. They would have been better off without the grandparents. They didn't have no money. They had no money. Dude, the fucking house is a wreck. The house is a wreck. It's in shambles, dude. There's a boarded up door right there. That looks to be the front room. Like, look how they're living, guys. This is how they were living. Like, do you see a TV anywhere? Do you see any form of entertainment? Like, no outside entertainment whatsoever. Bro, hold on. There's more. There is more, y'all. Let me find it. Okay, hold on. Hey, but there's like different things to having a social media, you know? Yeah, there is, Cuddle.
And we got to talk about it. We not only have an update of some photos when it comes to the Siders case, the case involving the 16 kids.
Look at that room, y'all. Look at that fucking room, dude. Chat, look at that room, man. Look at that room, y'all.
Is that were found in this 12 by 12 room, but we've actually got some video footage from people who have been able to get access to the home, get inside, film what is going on inside, and actually get a real view of what this living situation was for these children, for Gary Sr., Gary Jr., Christina, and for Elizabeth and whoever else was in there, because I heard they had some animals involved in this as well, different types of cats and things like
Kitty cats, they don't know any better. Kitty cats are just surviving. Don't blame the cats.
that. And then we're also going to give you guys an update from Amy on what's going on with the status of the children, including their birth certificates, where they were born, and who potentially they belong to. So let's go ahead and get into this first. These are some pictures that we were able to find from inside of the Sider's home. Now we're going to click through these, and shout out to Jennifer C. I always mess up her last name. She's a
This, bro. Look at this.
former FBI agent who has contributed to a lot of platforms and even some of the videos we've covered here. But you can see in these videos, there's what looks like the image of a bathroom.
OMG. OMG. What's up, Mondays? What's up, China baby? China baby. What up, China baby?
Right now, 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 right now.
China woo woo. Make 'em mad. Make 'em mad. Make 'em mad. Do you see this house, man? Man, that thing gives me the heebie-jeebies. You got it, Mandy. You got it. Tell them get it cracking. Get some Lysol out. Get some fucking bleach. Get some ammonia. You're gonna have to get Ajax, man. Yeah, I'm poor. But I'm fucking clean. I'm poor as shit. But my bathroom ain't got muck all over it. Fucking goodness gracious, man. You give me, man, there's no way hey, can I use your restroom? Hell no. I walk in that bitch, I'm like, nope, nope. It would give me the heebie-jeebies. That's what I said too. Mental illness, drugs. Mental illness, drugs. I don't think lazy could go this far. I don't know, though. I don't know. Oh, man. You can't put your booty on that thing. That's from too many booties being on it. That's so gross. And then they're having sex. Imagine that. Then they're having sex, y'all. Like, there's a lot of sex going on. Think about this. She's pregnant all the time. So how much sex is going on? Yeah, I don't think this lazy couldn't get you here. Even a lazy person's going to clean before it gets that bad. I would think. Yeah, you can't even get to the toilet. Like,
I don't even know if they had running water in this place. You have some of these, it looks like a toilet there. And even going back to this first picture, you can see all the clothes in here, the ceilings falling apart. And again, they did not own this home. This home was either being rented or they signed a lease or they were. They don't know. I don't believe they were squatting because reports were saying that they had a lease and they were actually allowed to be there. I don't know how they were paid.
Okay, so they had a lease. They were allowed to be there. I heard, allegedly, that the owner passed away some months ago. So he don't know, of course, if he passed away. You know. But apparently, I think he's passed.
paying for this. We even heard reports that we talked about in the last couple of videos that they were receiving some type of government assistance as well. Now, whether that was for the children or just for Gary Sr. and his wife, we don't know. But here's what Jennifer had to say about this. 16 kids found in Ohio, nothing to see here. The kids were, quote, gifts from God. They just wanted a big family, according to Elizabeth.
Okay, that's good and all. That's okay. That's your testimony. That's good and all, right? That's your stance, Elizabeth. You just wanted a big family. You have to take care of that family by law. You cannot have 16 children, honey, and then not take care of them. You cannot have 16 children and store them in a 12 by 12 room. No. Absolutely not.
Right? Some kids had cell phones, which we've talked about, and I've shown you guys information on some of the things that were posted by the kids on social media, allegedly. They could communicate. Sounds like a regular Leave It to Beaver environment. Well, that's a little dramatic, she says.
No. Tell them, kitty. Come here. You tell them, okay? You tell them. You tell them, okay, baby? You tell them. You tell them. Where you going? Fat boy.
Not hoodwinked by Mr. Sider's attorney's comments. She left the kids in filth, human feces, and in a 12 by 12 room for 4 years. This isn't.
Yeah. This isn't wanting a big family. Hi, Lily. This isn't wanting a big family, yo. This isn't kids are a blessing from God. If you have kids, you take care of them then. You treat them as blessings from God.
Property. Many poor people are very clean. This is wanton neglect and child endangerment. She says, imagine the stench, imagine the heat, imagine the insects, imagine the inability to develop. Elizabeth didn't have to imagine. She saw it every day. She needs a good lawyer, and I'm glad she found someone who believes in her cause. What do you guys think about that? Because again, even if you look in the comments of the videos we've covered this,
No.
seems like everybody's pretty torn on Elizabeth Sider. Some say she was a victim. Others say she had to have known what was going on and that this wasn't right. Just being an adult. I tend to lean more on the side that maybe two things can be true. Maybe she was a victim as she was a child before she became an adult, and as she grew older and got to see the condition.
Good point. Very, very good point. Because guess what? Two things can be true. Two things can be true.
Especially over the last 4 years, she had to have known as an adult that this wasn't right. And you could at least reach out, contact someone, see if there's some help you can get. We'll have to see if that happened in this case as we move forward. We're going to get into some of the video that I promised you all. This first video is going to show pictures and a walkthrough from inside the house. And just, you cannot believe, if you've never seen this before, what the inside of this house looked like. Check this out. And I'm not going to play the sound here, but you can see
same video we have.
The house itself was just bad. Now, I will say this. Could this have happened to a house over 4 years? Possibly, but I find it hard to believe that even after 4 years of filth, that the house went from being perfectly inhabitable, nothing wrong with it, to the ceiling falling apart and other things. But again, I guess it's possible.
Oh, of course, if you don't take care of it.
We don't know how much of this was a result of police going through the house, because y'all know you've seen houses before and after pictures of police going in and investigating, and sometimes they just make it worse. But it's clear in this case that the cleanliness was just not up to par.
Not at all.
Like, look at all this stuff.
Like, not.
You got the walls falling apart.
Dude.
You got food, looks like, on the floor. You can see cigarettes. I just find it hard to believe that nobody knew there were kids there. And if they didn't know there were kids there, I mean, maybe they didn't know they were in danger, but man. You see bugs crawling up the walls.
Oh, my God, dude. What's up, Josie? 4 adults failed.
Gosh.
I agree.
And it looks like they had some food. We actually are going to have a conversation a little bit later about what happened at the stores that we were mentioned, because there were reports that there was a Dollar General and the people that worked there got to see some of the kids and interact with them, and they say everything seemed fine in a lot of cases. You've got the kids' toys inside the house. Man, this is bad. Again, a lot in the same area.
OMG.
And then you can see this is one of the rooms as well. Now, I want to show you guys another video on this as well. And this one is actually from the news. It shows a little bit of the outside of the home. And the reason I want to show you this is because it verifies the next video we're going to see that shows one of the rooms, or the room where allegedly the kids were saying you get to see crates that were set up. You get to see some beds, and then it leads into a back porch area. But watch this and keep all of that in mind.
So here's that house with the 16 kids everybody's posting about and sharing pictures. That's not actually the house.
She's going up
I
there.
don't think we're allowed up there, buddy. We'll get in trouble. Come on, hurry. See if we can see in the window. Hurry, super fast.
Okay, watch this and tell me what you think.
We'll get in trouble. That's inside. That's the living room. That's the living room.
That's so disgusting.
All right.
And again, you can see a lot of this in the first video we showed.
Yep,
Again,
it's
verifying
the same
that
video.
this is inside the house.
I'm sure a lot of people still won't believe that it's real. I remember a lot of people said the same thing about the New York Post photos. This video looks pretty darn real to me.
Yeah.
And the living room in this video looks like the same living room in the New York Post photos.
Yep.
I know some people don't like that people are going out to the house, and I get it. But this case has gotten so much attention that I'm not surprised people are showing up and recording.
Nah.
Yeah, neither am I. And there's more information. This is, again, more in-depth footage of what the inside of this home looked like, going into some of the other rooms, and you're going to get to see where the kids and allegedly the adults lived at the same time.
I wanted to post just the video footage of this video of someone walking.
God, you see the flies, dude? Did you see the flies, man? My God. Look. Oh, my God.
Walking into the Siders family home.
Look, the beds. You can see the beds, yo.
I believe they went through the back door of the house, and that is this big room we see here. And then this may lead into what I think looks like the kitchen. They walked in that room and then back out, and this is the back porch.
So there's a back porch. You can see all of this. It looks like dirt. I don't think it's just dirt, though. I think it's probably what we're all expecting.
Post just the video footage of this.
But this is, I mean, look at all the bugs. Can you? Oh my gosh!
Look at their beds, dude. They're all up against the wall. Crates. What's up, Cuddy? Salute, brother. The crates, man. That's sad, man. That's sad, man. That's the room, yo. How do you 16 children think this is okay? 16 children had to think that this was okay, right? You have some that are on social media that's seeing other things, correct? Like, if they're on social media, then they're seeing a better life somewhere. Of course. Look at my guy, boy. He's like, what the fuck, man?
There's one bed. May have been more. It's hard to tell from this video. Again, walls falling apart.
Yeah, the walls are out, dude. Look. The walls are gone. You're going into the other room now. Yeah. Social media would show these kids that there's better living.
And it looks like there was even a crawl space under one of the lower walls in that area as well. And then you've got this video from outside of the home as well.
That's the door. Yeah, that's the door.
Crazy.
You can see it looks like there is a basement to this home. That looks to be a door or a window. I'm not crossing the police tape here, so I can't get closer.
And you could actually see where the children's room or the bedroom that allegedly everyone was staying in could kind of lead to a basement area where the wall was torn out. So God knows.
We had some of our reporters look at housing records today, and this was classified as a 1-bathroom home. Now, this debris on the front lawn was actually inside the house. That is what authorities had to remove to be able to continue their investigation to get inside, we're told. There are also 2 cars on the property. As you can also see, there aren't really next door neighbors. There's this huge ravine area that's
they
grassy,
don't have neighbors.
and then several.
Yeah, you don't have neighbors. Yeah, I'm sure the kids are in better conditions for sure. Yeah, you're going to have trouble out of these kids. This is where you're going to start to see trouble from those kids. You know, being yanked out of their home, even though they were living that way. I don't know, man. This is kind of a fucking eerie,
there are 2 trailers. There's
fucking
one other
case.
log cabin, and then you got to keep going down the road. There's one other house. But neighbors tell me this street, it leads to a dead end, so it's just not really visited.
And again, that was a lot of the criticism that I even gave, that how could they not know there were kids there? Well, it looks like there's not very much of a populated area. You can see something that looks like either a storage area or maybe a shop that someone had, but not a lot of neighbors. So people were saying in their reports that it was tucked back off of the road. It's not really the case. And they were saying there's a lot of brush, but the lack of neighbors is clearly evident in this case too.
They said it's not a street you would just drive down if you were driving through Hamden. But again, this is the house. Wow. And you can see a little bit inside.
They didn't have anything, guys. They didn't have anything worth of value. Think about that. Think about that for 1 second, y'all. They had nothing worth value. Think about that, y'all. They had nothing of value at all in that house. There wasn't a TV for them to look at. There was nothing entertainment-wise. What were they doing all day? Like, how are they keeping 16 kids busy? There's not a TV. Like, didn't even have a table. Like, it was all just trash and junk. Some were sent outside the county, I heard, Arista. And I heard, I'm going to play a video also, that they've been given $1 million to take care of these children that county has. Yeah, there was a bed on the floor, and then there was some crates, is what I seen. It was an awfully big bed, so it might have been 2. Yeah, but to drug them out, you'd have to have them in you'd have to have them in to seeing a doctor. And these kids weren't seeing doctors. These kids weren't in school ever. There was nothing. They said a couple of them had cell phones. So, I mean, either these kids loved their parents so much that they were just not going to tell on them, or they didn't know any better. And that don't make any sense to me if they're on social media, because they're going to see better. They're going to understand that other people live better, and like you're living in filth. And I'm so lost how you have one car. Yeah. You need a bus. Like, this is crazy, dude. They had to pack them. They had to go back. Take 2, come back, get 3. Take 3, come back, get 2. Take 2, come back, get 3. Yeah, dude. Yeah, those kids need schooling, man. All children do.
And shout out to Tasha Perez for posting this.
You get whiffs of the smell as you walk by.
Dude, the Whitakers were living better.
It starts to smell like feces.
Dude,
as you walk.
The Whitakers were living better. I'm not lying. The Whitakers had one room that had a bunch of shit piled up in it, where Timmy and Lorraine slept. But they were living better than this family. And everybody thought the Whitakers were so bad. This family living way worse.
Walk by and the wind blows.
Probably smells like one giant porta potty.
Mm.
They got a high chair somehow.
Well, she did have 16 kids.
And especially with younger kids, I mean, I can imagine how the kids weren't making noise. I mean, babies crying or something.
Yeah.
And that's actually the memorial for a pair of the twins that died, which actually is the perfect transition into what we're going to talk about next. There's a lot of speculation and a lot of confusion about what was going on with these kids. Were they born at the hospital? Did they have a midwife come out to the house? Are there birth certificates? Who's on the birth certificate? Who's father? Who's the mother? I mean, which is kind of a crazy question. Obviously, we know who the mother is. But we got some more information here from Amy, who did a lot of research and investigating into what was going on with the birth certificates. And we've got some new insight for you guys on this as well. Amy says this: if you don't follow her on X, make sure you do to stay up to date on this story and stories beyond that we cover on this channel as well. She says, new evidence in the Siders case with the birth certificates. Birth certificates for all 16 Siders children has been officially located and reviewed by the Associated Press, confirming that all were born in hospitals, which again, there was a lot of confusion about. If this is the case, where is the accountability for the hospitals? I mean, they can't have been in excellent condition. Especially over the last 4 years, the amount of kids that were born. I mean, how do you get away with someone not having a red flag? Someone who's responsible for reporting what's going on in this case. I don't understand it. But either way, let's see what they say. Amy also says this finding directly counters previous reports that the family has successfully avoided creating a government or medical paper trail. Now, here are the updates. Records confirm Elizabeth Siders and Gary Siders Jr. are the parents of all 16 children.
Amazing.
Now, again, what's the record? Somebody signing the birth certificate? I mean, I don't know. Does that really confirm it? Not in my opinion.
Just signing
there still
the birth
needs to be
certificate.
tests done. But either way, if somebody...
Let's stop there. He's right. There still needs to be tests done. Him just signing the birth certificate doesn't mean that Papa can't be the fucking dad either. Yeah, mama going in there with stringy hair and shit.
Somebody can testify that, yes, we saw the babies, then whatever. Either way,
Because all he has
documentation
to is
also
sign the birth
reveals the
certificate.
tragic loss of a fourth set of twins born to Elizabeth in 2022 who passed away hours after birth. And we talked about that. As the investigation continues, Vinton County is currently seeking emergency state funding to manage unprecedented resources required for the children's care and the high-profile prosecution of the 4 family members involved. The legal process is expected to be lengthy as investigations continue to gather evidence. We will keep tracking the developments as more information becomes unsealed.
Well, she had 18. 2 passed away. She had 2 conjoined twins. She had 4 sets of twins altogether, dude.
And then last but not least, just a side note about the people who may have seen and interacted in the children with this case. Lauren Conlon also posted this over on X, talking about what was reported by WBNS. And she says local reporters from WBNS 10 described speaking with employees at a Dollar General who had come into contact with members of the Siders family. They said the family mostly came in at night and would buy items such as chips and diapers. Employees recalled that they sometimes didn't have enough money and appeared to have poor hygiene, but noticed that this was not uncommon given the area's poverty. Really? Out of the 700 and something people there, I can't imagine that many of them would be poor. But hey, again, you never know.
Yeah.
Also says the outlet also.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there is probably a lot of people poor there. It is Appalachia, right? But they're not living poor. They're not living poor, man. That's what it is. They're just not living poor. It's one thing to be poor and just live among your means, right? I mean, you learn to do that. You learn to live among your means, or just being poor is an everyday thing, right? I know about it. I know all about it. But like, you still got the same amount of hours in a day to clean as I do. I work 10 hours a day. I do this 2 hours a day, and my house stays clean. Absolutely.
Aired drone footage of the home showing that it was relatively secluded and surrounded by few neighbors and houses, including the 2020 conjoined twins. Elizabeth Siders has given birth to 4 sets of twins in 3 years. She has given birth to basically every year since 2008. Again, guys, there's going to be so much.
Dude, she's just having twins now. Her last 4 births were twins. Like, God is blessing her, no doubt. I mean, that tells us something. God is blessing her with babies. But 4 sets of twins, your last 4 pregnancies? Four sets of fucking twins, man. Your last 4 pregnancies. Twins. Oh, you're pregnant again. Twins. Oh, you're pregnant again. Twins. Oh, guess what? You're pregnant again. Twins. Wow. Wow. I heard that rumor too, but I haven't heard. I don't know the truth of it yet, Josie. Like 4 sets of twins, man. Her insides are past done. Apparently not. She just keeps popping them out. They're actually probably doing fairly good if she just keeps having babies like that. Holy shit. I wouldn't want my woman to go through that, dude. I honestly wouldn't. I wouldn't want my woman to go through that much pregnancy. I wouldn't want my woman to be pregnant that much. Like, there's a lot of things that You can't do because your wife is pregnant. You can't go on rides. You can't go on roller coasters. You can't drink alcohol. You can't, like, there's a lot of things, right? Why would you want her pregnant all the time, man? 18 years she's been pregnant. That's unfucking heard of, dude. That's unheard of. 16 kids, 18 years. I don't think so either, Scene, but like, there's just like, what you might want her to have a few beers outside at the fucking cookout at the bonfire. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. He probably kept her pregnant. Yeah. There's probably a sense of control in it. I wouldn't doubt it. Why were they living like this though? Why were they living like that? Like, you've seen the place. Because they're only 28, right? 29, 30, something like that. They shouldn't be living like this. No way in hell. No. No. Me and 16 of those kids would have been on a cleaning mission, and that bitch would have been cleaned up. You feel what I'm saying? I would have snuck to the doctor if I was her, Arista, and like got one of those things in my arm. I would have. I'd have been like, screw this shit. Son of a bitch, man. Yeah, we played it, Hillbilly. We played at the beginning.
Information that comes out during this investigation. We still haven't heard really any updates about the children in this case, which in my opinion is the most important. All we know about the children is from the prosecutors that said they are being taken care of and managed by the state, and they're somewhere where they're
Okay. We heard that, right? So we hear him. We hear him asking the state, right? Hey, state, these people need taken care of, right? We need these people taken care of. So happening today,
State Controlling Board is set to consider allocating $1 million to the Vinton County case.
All right, this money.
Can I get an applause? Can we get an applause? We need an applause, y'all. We need everybody to clap up this $1 million. We need people to be taking care of our children. Even the 18-year-olds in this case are children. There were 18-month-olds. They're children. Thank you to whoever's putting up this money. These children will need it. I don't know if $1 million's enough. There's 16 of them, but $1 million is a start. You know, it's $1 million, y'all.
Would specifically go to the 16 children found in that home. Did you
hear that? It would specifically go to the 16 children. Good shit. Good shit. It would specifically go to the 16 children. All right.
Amy Steigerwald is live at the State House this morning with what's on the agenda. Amy?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we first heard about this $1 million request last week, just days after those 16 children were found in what first responders are describing as deplorable conditions where they were living. And this comes as many are still asking how they can help.
It's more of a shock to us, and we're still trying to comprehend that.
Griffith is Hamden Fire Department. He was one of the many first responders who went inside the Hamden home last week to help rescue the 16 Cider children.
Our livestock live better when it comes to the environment around them than what these children were in.
Many of the children needed serious medical attention, and while they are now in safe care, the state could soon step in a major way. The Ohio Department of Children and Youth is requesting $1 million from the state's Office of Budget and Management Controlling Board from
Let's go. Let's go, Ohio. You need to step up for these kids.
its Emergency and Contingencies Fund to support those children. The department says demand from the South Central Ohio Job and Family Services Children's Agency more than doubled after the 16 children were rescued. Now, the committee is set to meet here at the State House at 1:30 this afternoon. It is the last item on their meeting agenda. Of course, we'll be following that throughout the day and bring you the very latest once we learn it. For now, live in downtown Columbus, Amy Steckerwald for 10 TV News.
I don't live in Ohio. I'm not an Ohio resident, but that's something that should go, Ohio should let this through. They should give this county $1 million to take care of them children. In a way, this is like the Whitakers, they lived in a certain way like that, It wasn't the same thing as the Whitakers, of course. But this is, it will have all kinds of corrupt fingers in it. You're right. You're right about that. The whole system's corrupt, though, Patty. The whole system. The whole freaking system. But at least it's a start, right? Yeah, the whole system's trash. There will be some gringy fingers in that $1 million. You can guarantee it. I hope in a few years the older kids put out a book. I've followed Elizabeth Smart for years. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the early stages of this. AD is staying on this case. I am on this. 16 children is imaginable, dude. Imaginable. This ain't 4. This ain't even 8. This is double that. 16. That were living like this. I hope they find a way to let their hearts heal and see that there's a better life, there's better living. And it's true, you guys. Just because you're poor, you don't have to be dirty. You don't have to be dirty. And that's a fact, man. I think there was a lot of mental health going into this. I don't know what's going on with her being 15, getting pregnant, and him marrying her. And I think that's a grooming situation. But I don't know how much grooming an 18-year-old can do. He don't even know nothing about life. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't much older than her. But maybe it was grandma and grandpa or dad and mom doing it. Because at some point, she probably had to look at them people as mom and dad. Because mom and dad gave her up. Now she lives with these people and her husband. I wonder if some of those kids are hit that old man's. I mean, I understand that, Mindy, but at some point you got to stop getting pregnant if you can't take care of that responsibility. I mean, you realize that at fucking 6. You realize that at 4 kids. You realize, hey, man, this is too big a responsibility at maybe 8 children. Not at 10, not at 12, not at 14 kids, not even at 16, because they probably would have kept going. That's crazy, y'all. It's amazing, man. I would like to know more about their past. I would like to know if they were ever living like this in other places that they lived. Did they always just trash each place? You know? Because they probably moved into this place with it being nice, I'm sure, right? And over 4 years, you trashed the joint. But I want to know. Tomorrow we're going to go over an interview. Her brother did an interview on TikTok. I'm going to try to cut it down a little bit. That way it's easier to get through. But he opens up about some things, and there's going to be more people opening up about things. Yeah, one can be unbearable. All right, everybody. You guys have a blessed damn night. Salute to the chat. You guys are freaking amazing as always. Let's pray for these kids, y'all. Let's pray for these children because they're going through something now. Because regardless of what you may think or I may think, they were living in that home and they didn't run and tell on nobody. So they had to have been like at a stable point where they thought it was okay too. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty of it. I'm going to start reaching out to some people and seeing if we can get some answers around this. I love y'all, man. Stay blessed. Salute to the families out there. Hug your families. Tell them you love them. God only knows. We only get one.
Right now, 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 right now.
So, peace and chicken grease, man. See y'all tomorrow. Same time, same channel.